Named by the founder of Serbian National Theatre, this stage has seen it all. For more than a century, it has been a home to many artists, musicians, singers from all over the world. And up until this point, only wars were able to close it. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening, and welcome to the oldest Serbian National Theatre and its biggest stage, one of the largest in Europe, in fact. This stage is the reason that we have all gathered here today. On the 16th of March, the government of Serbia proclaimed that there can be no more than 100 people in one place at the same time, thus closing down the theaters and concert halls in Serbia, like the rest of the world. After that, the whole world went on a spiral. But our fingers soon started to itch, and as one musician pointed it out, we missed playing together. And that is how the video that started it all was made.
Vladimir Šaro,
Emir Memedovski,
Nevena Šimšić,
Borut Palić,
Robert Borbelj,
Nataša Čubrilo,
Jožef Bisak,
Milan Milanov.
Ćao, Čuković Vladimir violina.
Andrea SOLINAS, conducting for the Serbian National Theatre Orchestra.
A gift from Europe that went around the world, and at least we like to think so, inspired others to do the same. But this video also came with one important message, and that is that many musicians around the world are now facing terrible difficulties since they are left without jobs and without incomes. How can governments help at this point? We are asking the Provincial Secretary of Culture, Ms. Dragana Milošević, who is now joining us on Skype. Dragana, good evening.
Good evening to you and to all the people who are watching us now.
How are you feeling these days?
I'm feeling very well because I'm, as you can see, holding my violin and I'm practicing every day. And that makes me a much better person for the first, and for the second, I'm getting this time to make a better version of me in next days. As you taught and said that these times are very difficult for our artists, I must say that, as you know, many artists in this day originally produces the art in their homes. And then they represent it in public, on the stages. And now this is the good time for many artists to do the best of them.
You were also a former artist, you are still an artist, but you are now in a position of power. From your experience now, how can government around the world and in Serbia help artists through these times?
Yes, exactly. You're at a good point. As you know, theater stages and concert halls are now, at this moment, replaced with some kind of digital platforms, social networks, and that means it's very difficult for every artist to make something that will make their art live continuously in these new conditions and to represent it. Even when we have closed doors in our cultural institutions, art lives further. The importance of culture to us and its impact on civilization progress, we have in the fact that the government of Serbia and, of course, the government of Autonomous Province of Vojvodina, in these difficult times, it is providing continuous financial support to all of our cultural institutions, especially when we know the fact that many countries in Europe are facing with terrible difficulties since the artists are left without their jobs.
We just now saw the Bella Ciao video also that went around the world. I've said that a few times and it's even the beginning of the show, but can a spotlight that video got be used for some other parts of culture in Vojvodina, in your opinion?
First of all, I must say that I'm personally very, very proud of my colleagues because they make some great effort and they did a great job in make this video performance, especially because they were the first who did it and because of the fact that this video was shared all around the world. It wasn't easy, I must say, it wasn't easy at all to make this kind of production. But with that, they have shown their great quality, how much they can, through arts, to provide unreserved support to the world in the fight against this virus that has caught almost the entire planet. And with your question, I must say that this video managed to get to almost every home on this planet and erase every mile of distance between us and show in that way that Vojvodina and Serbia, of course, are maybe for someone is a small country, but small country, but country with big artists and great artists, and each of them with this video position culture on a much higher level. Personally, I think they send a great message to the world. And we are also witnesses that after this video, not only musicians, but every other kind of artists were inspired and encouraged to make similar video message and share their solidarity.
Dragana, thank you very much for joining us. We will continue to share your message.
Thank you. And please, I want to take this opportunity to say to everyone, to stay at home. This difficulty will pass really soon, I hope, and be occupied with culture and stay with our artists and their great works.
Thank you. Distant together. Something that was meant as a morale booster became a postcard that went around the globe. Our inbox got swamped. Colleagues, but also ordinary people, were sending us messages of gratitude and support, but also some propositions. We had over 2 million views on one video. And that is how our maestro came up with an idea. So joining us now via Skype is Maestro Andrea SOLINAS. Andrea, good evening. You are home because we have to stay home, but you are still performing.
Yes, hello. Hi, Ivana. Nice to meet you.
Hello, how are you in quarantine? I see that you are dressed well.
Yes, I'm good, and I stay at home like everyone, every person, and I spend my time reading some book, studying new full score, and cooking also, yes, because I like cook, yes. But yes, like you told me now, we must stay at home because unfortunately we are living now a strange period never lived before. And so we don't know exactly when we will come back in theater and when we could share our music with our public again. But I think also an important thing that the main key of this strange period is also to rediscover the beauty of the music, the beauty of in general all the art, so the importance of this art. And I think that this is the reason of this project.
You were the one who chose somewhat of a difficult composition. Why did you choose Ode to Joy?
So I chosen this piece for two reasons. The first reason is about the meaning of the text. This universal friendship that I think that we need now more than before. This sense of solidarity between many countries. And so for this, I want to thank to Serbia, Italy, Turkey, and China to support with this beautiful project. The second reason is about the anniversary of the composer, because Beethoven was born exactly 250 years ago. So these are the two reasons about this piece.
Why do you think that it's important to still create art?
In this moment?
In this moment.
So I think that, okay, I'm talking about me myself, but I think that it's really important to share music because music is the medicine for our feelings, for our soul. In this period of anxiety and sadness, we are grateful with who is fighting against this horrible virus, like all the doctors, all the nurses. And I think that music could help them also. And I want just to tell you one thing, one interesting thing is about after our Bella Ciao video, one doctor and one psychologist wrote me to congratulate me about this beautiful project because in this way we supported them sharing the beauty of the music. Even we, of course, we must stay at home. So I want to thank the Serbian National Theatre, the Samsun Opera Theatre, the Benevento Philharmonic Orchestra and the China Choir to support me to this big and huge program. And remember...
I also noticed something interesting, that is 4 nations, 3 orchestras, 3 choirs, and 1 maestro, kind of like a football tactic.
Yes, exactly. There is some connection.
Okay, maestro, we will leave you to prepare for the concert, and we expect nothing but the best.
Thanks. See you soon. Listen together. See you soon.
Bye. The measure in a nation's recent change is its ability to conceive and comprehend the change in music. It is necessary to gather national feelings and immediately process them according to general music rules. Such a lovely sentiment, and even more accurate today, although this actually dates back to 1934, when Turkish leader Ataturk uttered those words. This is still a credo even today for Samsun National Opera and Ballet. And we are going there first, to the east and to the Turkey. And just from this lovely video, we go directly to Turkey. Hello, joining us, it's Murat Karahan, General Director of the State Opera and Ballet of Turkey. Good evening, welcome.
Good evening. Hello from Ankara, Turkey.
Can you first tell me, where did the pandemic stop you at your plans?
Yeah, as the rest of the world, Turkey has also suffered from pandemic. Thanks to the timely measures taken by our government, it's currently affecting us, but yet in a manageable way. So it's under control now in Turkey. Turkish, maybe you don't know, but Turkish State Opera and Ballet has stages in 6 different cities of Turkey. And these 6 opera and ballet houses are 100% supported by the Ministry of Culture and Tourism in Turkey. And we closed our curtains upon measures taken a while ago, and took a break. Of course, we will meet our audience again at the earliest convenience when these force measure pass. But during this period, we don't leave our audience without art by broadcasting our archived opera pieces, concerts, and ballet performances through the channel of the YouTube channel of Ministry of Culture and Tourism, and with the coordination of the Turkish National Art Channel TRT2 and our Ministry of Culture and Tourism. Also, we are broadcasting on TV our archived opera and ballet and concert shows.
Yes, the art seems to have shifted from stages to online platforms now, but we shouldn't forget to talk about, although coronavirus is all around us, we should talk about what really brought us together, and that is Beethoven, actually 250 years of Beethoven. What can that period in music of one artist teach us, in your opinion?
Actually, also we were also celebrating this year, but Beethoven. Beethoven is the most significant composer of the classical era. With his revolutionary creations, he became a lighting figure of the composers after him. And he taught us bravery. He taught us the victory, happiness, joy, and solidarity through his music. He put emphasis on themes such as freedom, equality, and fellowship. Above all, he taught us to never give up. By composing the most important pieces of the history of music and symphony, even though he spent most of his life as a deaf person. It's really hard. And he destroyed the idea that making music is not possible without hearing and taught us not to give in. And his melancholy and hard living conditions did not prevent his art and determination. He passed the bravery on to the people with his determination. I believe so.
You are not just a director, you are an artist yourself, a tenor, singer. As an artist, why do you think that it's important to still create even online?
For example, as an artist in this period, I had to cancel my shows. I'm a tenor, and I'm singing in the big theaters of Europe at the same time. And then, for example, I had to cancel my shows in Bolshoi Theater in March and some shows in Salerno in Italy and I supposed to make many shows in Arena di Verona this summer, and we are following what will happen in Italy and in this area, and we will see if we are able to make this festival this season. But you know, we are keeping. We are holding each other with the help of the art, with the power of the art, and it gives us, the energy, the positive energy. That is why we shouldn't leave the public without art. We should give them art. So this technology helps us to come into the houses of the public. So this is very important to keep people positively.
Okay, to keep people positive and distant but together. Thank you very much for this interview, and we hope that in the future we will be able to hear you on this stage.
Yeah, I would love to also. And with this pandemic, we have realized the power of the art, and we realized that one more time. And artists from all over the world, like Italy, like Serbia, like China, like Turkey, and we came together with the unique music of Beethoven. This is very important, and I hope we get together again in the future with live concerts together. And I send my love and greetings to you all from Ankara and Turkey.
Thank you.
Bye.
At this moment of silence, we rediscover even more the value of music, painting, literature, art. In this particular case, the music started from balconies until it spread all over the world, showing solidarity with Italy. 3 orchestras are part of our journey tonight, and Italy's lovely Orchestra Filharmonica di Benevento is next. The lovely Benevento is a city in the south of Italian boot, from where joining us now also via Skype is Emilio Motola, who we will have the chance to see later in a concert. Emilio, good evening.
Good evening everybody.
You are playing cello tonight.
Yes.
How are you now? How are things in Italy in general?
Oh yes, it seems to me that now the situation is under control, but last month we had not so good times at all. I think you know, by TV or social media, we are at home and we are not allowed to go out, just for a few specific cases, to the pharmacy, to the grocery store, to the hospital for medical examinations. I guess we are going through an adjustment and necessary period in which we have to cohabit with the virus, to be patient, and to have faith in the institutions and their directions and the work of all incredible people that are risking their lives for us.
Hopefully we'll see some better times soon, but your season also stopped. Where did the pandemic stop you at your plans?
Yes, we had just the opportunity to open the 2020 season under the baton of Sir Antonio Pappano on last January. We played Sherazade and Prelude alla Premie Don Fon. And our second concert was scheduled on March the 23rd, but we had to cancel and postpone it. Our desire was also to announce the complete planning of the new season during the first 15 days of March, but you know, the things have gone bad and we had to postpone that too. We should have also concerts scheduled for next May, June. Don't let me think of July and August, in which we planned a lot of events, and September too. What can I say? Let's see how the situation evolves.
Okay, hopefully we will get to have a chance to do the next season, because all of this will pass. But we are celebrating now 250 years of Beethoven. Next year we also have one other big anniversary, 120 years since the death of Giuseppe Verdi. Can circumstances such as this, that brought a project like this together to life, maybe inspire us all to plan something similar for next year and with Verdi?
Yes, this is a beautiful idea. I know we have to think of the future, but it's not so simple now because, of course, it's an extraordinary state of things. In particular, speaking about music, art and drama world here in Italy, all of us are in the same shoes. So I hope it won't be necessary to perform via web next year, but if it will, we'll be very happy to share the digital stage with you all and to honor the figure of Giuseppe Verdi, one of the most magnificent musical genius of our history. That's it.
Emilio, thank you very much. I will leave you to prepare for the concert. The whole world is watching Italy right now, and we are all with you. Thank you.
Thank you all. Bye.
But few years before Verdi died, the first opera was performed in Serbian National Theatre in the year of 1897. From then until now, a lot has changed. But one thing remains the same. Opera in Novi Sad is still an art that you can read, a movie that you can watch, and music that you can listen to all at once.
Mislite da je opera dosadna, prevaziđena, elitistička, skupa. Ili ono standardno, ne razumem šta pevaju i neću da neko viče na mene. Razmislite ponovo. Ovo je umetnost koja traje vekovima. Umetnost čija je tajna u njenoj raznovrsnosti, suživotu velikih dela klasičnih majstora s modernim, a ponekad i epohalnim muzičkim i scenskim eksperimentima. Strast, znoj, svakodnevni rad, trud, padovi i uspeh na kraju. Da li mislite da je opera dosadna? Ne i ovde. U Srpskom narodnom pozorištu.
Serbia National Theatre had big plans for this season. Joining us now is the director of opera, Aleksandar Stankov. Alexandre, good evening. How are you?
Good evening to you all. Thank you, I'm fine.
Okay, where did the pandemic stop you at your season?
Well, this pandemic stopped us at the very end of the preparation of the ballet premiere Ohrid Legend of the domestic composer Stevan Hristić, and on the beginning of the preparation of Mozart's opera Don Giovanni. So we have plans for the end of this season, and probably we will copy all the plans for the next season.
Until then, even this season has an iron opera repertoire. What are your plans, and do you plan to include something else other than that classical opera music?
Well, we have a cooperation with Novi Sad Big Band Orchestra, like Rock Opera Project. It is named, and it's very popular here in Novi Sad. Beside of that, next season is very big season for us, because there is that is a 160th season in the Serbian National Theatre. Also, next year, 2020, is the year of the great opera composer Giuseppe Verdi. So our plans for the next year is Verdi's Aida.
You are not performing right now, although you kind of are. Your videos are going around the globe. Why do you think that it is important to still create even in circumstances such as this?
Well, we have to find a way to make art like living being, you know, because on any way that we have now in 21st century, we have to use it right now, because the people have to know that the theater is always with them and in their house, in their homes. So my opinion is that nothing can change the theater and the whole, but in this situation that we are now, we have to find the way to make art living.
So to be distant but together.
Yes, of course, distance but together.
Thank you, Alexander.
Thank you.
Beethoven, like no other, changed music and its history. His work changed the way we compose music today. We even listen to music or record it. His lifelong work is kind of like a zipped file of musical history. And 2020 was supposed to be the year in which the whole world would race as to who would be more creative, more innovative in commemorating Beethoven's anniversary. Beethoven may not be here anymore, but he is still alive, like Ode to Joy. So we are now calling all of you. Wow, Beethoven's Ode to Joy, performed by Serbian National Theatre, Orkestra di Filharmonica di Benevento, Samsun National Orchestra and Ballet, and a choir from China. Thank you all for participating in this amazing endeavor. Before I let you go, I just wanted to ask you, did you know what corona really is? Corona or fermata is a symbol that stands above the note, and it actually means to the musician that he should prolong the note until maestro says stop. So, by now I think we could all say, maestro, please stop, we've had enough. Until then, stay safe, stay home, and theaters, all our theaters, will be here after this. Good night.